Hello, Dr. Brian Gerrard.
Hello.
You're the founder of the Oxford Symposium. Can you just describe it a bit? What it is, what it's like to be there, and what's the purpose of it?
Okay, I'd be happy to do that. The Oxford Symposium in School-Based Family Counseling is an international symposium that brings together scholars and practitioners in school-based family counseling from around the world. And we established the Oxford Symposium back in 2003 because we felt there was no place for people who were doing school-based family counseling to gather.
Mm-hmm.
There's no college of school-based family counseling. There's no departments of school-based family counseling. And school-based family counselors are typically merging family counseling with school counseling. And those two disciplines are very separate, and we're putting them together.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted a place where we could bring together people from around the world to come and talk about our work. Most of the people who come are professors from different countries, and we've had teachers and principals, and we've had people from other backgrounds, but it's mostly practitioners in the field of psychology and education and counseling psychology. And they come from a wide variety of countries: Argentina, Australia, New Zealand, China, Macau, Lebanon, Israel, Canada, the United Kingdom, Denmark, the United States. And the first year that we did it, we had 7 people come from South Africa. And what we do is we live together for a week in a college at Oxford University. Mm-hmm. And our home college is Brasenose College, which was built in 1500. The new construction that they did there was in 1700, which we find very amusing. And so we live in the dorms during the summer for a week, typically in August. And we have presentations in the morning, and then we go on tours in the afternoon, so we get to know each other. And it's a small group of 25 to 30 people, and we keep it small because we want to build a sense of community. And when you go to a very large conference, you really don't get to know anybody very well. So we come together as friends and get to know each other, and we present our work. And in 2003 through 2007, we met at Oxford. And then we went to the University of Hong Kong one year because we wanted to make it possible for people in other parts of the world to come together more easily. And so we've been alternating between Oxford University and other sites in different parts of the world. And last year we met at the University of Barcelona. This year we're back to Oxford, and then next year we'll probably be going to Rome. And maybe someday we will go to Austria, where you folks are from, which would be a lovely site, actually. And so what we find at the conference is that we learn all these different approaches to school-based family counseling that are very interesting. And done very differently in different countries. One of our members presented on mentor families that meet with low-functioning families that need counseling, but they meet with this higher-functioning family that mentors them in ways of doing better parenting, which is very interesting. Another project, which was conducted in New Zealand, was focused on doing marital counseling with Chinese immigrant families to help them resolve stresses in the family that were affecting children. And marital counseling is not normally thought of as an intervention for school counselors to use, but in school-based family counseling, very important. Mm-hmm. There was a very interesting project in Hong Kong where children in the school that didn't have access to counselors would write letters to, I think it was sort of an Uncle Daddy Longlegs based on some children's book. And then teams of volunteers would answer the children's letters with suggestions about how to handle some of their family problems. And we found that that was a very interesting intervention because it was able to reach a large number of children. And to give you one other example, in South Africa, one of the presenters that came from there talked about a school where all the children in the school lived there. because they were orphans. And there were no counselors in the school, but all the teachers were trained in basic counseling skills. And so the school-based family counseling was done by the teachers. And then we have another presenter who has come regularly to our conferences, who is a teacher, and she's trained in psychology, and she works with grade 3 students at, over here in Hayward in the East Bay. And when she's teaching the students, she has her cell phone, and on the cell phone are the phone numbers of for the mothers of all the students in the class. So when a child misbehaves, she dials up the mother and then hands the phone to the kid, which is a very interesting intervention. That's a family intervention, but done through the teacher. And it's very interesting how the role that teachers have to play in school-based family counseling. So we learn new and interesting ways to intervene with children at home and at school by coming together in this fashion. And so what we are trying to do in the Oxford Symposium on School-Based Family Counseling is to make visible what we call the invisible community of school-based family counselors. So this is our 8th year coming up when we meet this August at Oxford University, and we're hoping to go for another 20 years. We have about 100 members now from around the world.
Wow.
And we've had students come and also do presentations there. And so someday I hope to maybe see you folks, for you to come and present on your work, because you're interested in school-based family counseling because you came here from the University of Innsbruck. So this kind of connection is very exciting and enriching to us. And so that basically is the Oxford Symposium of School-Based Family Counseling, and we have a website. If you Google School-Based Family Counseling, all one word, .com, you'll see the Institute website, and you can learn more about the program.
Okay, yeah, that's great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.